I use the e.l.f. Skin Moisturizer, the Pure Skin Moisturizer. I always use this, but I'm running out, so we'll see what happens after that. And then I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for this look, I want to have like a tan kind of look, so I'll use like a darker foundation. And the only darker foundation that I have is this RMS Beauty one. If you're gonna have it for a long time, I would recommend using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop full coverage foundation. I would recommend using this one. This is the RMS Beauty in 55, in shade 55. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Light Ivory. Okay, so the bronzer I'm using is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Bronzant Pate. It's a bronzer, but like, sometimes I use it as contour. e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. That right here. Blood Orange Drip by Jeffree Star. And I'm just gonna put the tiny little baby. You see that little baby? Then with the flat brush, I'm just gonna buff it out. So the way that I do it, I press and I drag that way. Press and drag that. Press, drag that. It makes it like feather out, like fan out, but I'm gonna bring it up here just because I'm gonna add more color up here. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Next step is to do powder, but what I do to kind of lock in all the cream products and everything is I use setting spray. This one is the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. I don't remember where I got this from. I think I got it from CVS or something like that. And don't be afraid to just spray it all, you know. You shake it first before you use it. You want to shake it first before you use it because you shouldn't be able to hear any of the liquid when you shake it anymore. That's how you know it's ready to use. But you want to make sure that you do that because if you don't do it, then your makeup can separate and then it doesn't look great. So you can also use the e.l.f. one in the black bottle. I used that one for a long time and it worked really well as well. But I needed one and I wanted to try something different, so I got this one. And it works too. So I have the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. This in a set of, I think, 6. I don't know where the package is, but I think it's a set of 6 from Walgreens. And I kind of just, like this, 3 fingers, the middle finger, you're gonna put it in the corner, and then kind of, yeah, you're gonna see, kind of just in a circle. And you wanna dab it on your palm, and then you wanna go to the inner corner like this, and just pat it in. And when you get up to like the lid, you wanna look up, make sure you don't get it in your eyeball, and just tap it. You wanna make sure that you're tapping. So then I go on to where I put the concealer and all the other places, but I want to make sure that I'm not tapping so much like over here. I want to just do light taps. Go ahead and use a really big fluffy brush. These brushes I got from Amazon. I'll leave it down below so that you can check them out. Just lightly dust it off. This next part, I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder, and I use the same brush, and I go on the lid because it has like less powder. You can go into where the sifter is and everything, but you want to make sure that you don't get a whole lot of powder because you're basically just pressing it into the rest of the face. So just and you see how it kind of lightens it a little bit. It also sets the makeup. This is the Jeffree Star Pink Cashmere Setting Powder. You don't have to do this part. I realized that it does make a difference with my makeup, like the way that it looks. It's a completely different powder puff. And then I'm gonna go ahead and press into the powder. By the way, this smells amazing. And basically just go under the eye. This brush is an e.l.f. brush. It is the liquid blush brush, but I use it for the bronzer. This brush that we use for the blush, this one is from Wet n Wild. It was in one of those sets, the brush sets, but I think you can get it by itself. It's just a flat brush. Go ahead with the other powder products. So again, with the brush from that set from Amazon, and then this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Sunset Striptease. And just go and circle in a circular motion right here where your hairline is, and then you want to slowly make it towards the mouth. And then I'm gonna go underneath my lip to kind of give it that bronzy kind of look, but also it's like a shadow for me. This is the hack, okay? We bring it to where the bigger part is at the top, and we wanna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then when we get to this bridge part right here, I turn it around and I pull it like this, so that the look goes like this. So you can clearly see the curve. This is the My Cherry Amour. It smells like cherries, but it's by Wet n Wild. It's broken, but it smells so good. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and it's an angled brush, just like the one we just used. This is what we want to go for, right? So we're gonna go into this one, and then like coat the whole brush, and then tap it off. When you tap off, you're getting rid of some of the product, but so that it's not so intense. I do it at an angle like this. At an angle like this. I don't want it to be straight up like this. I don't want it to be sideways. I do it at an angle, and we kind of go like this. And we start right here at the apples of the cheeks. Tap. It's not eat. It's just tapping. We're just tapping and going up. Tapping, going up and down, up and down. We're gonna set it again, whatever palette you have, okay? So it's just how you use it. It's just about how you use it. Take me back to Brazil, and I'm going to be using this green right here. I was gonna use this green, but I don't feel like I have enough. But also this green looks a little bit closer to that color. An angled brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush. So then what we're gonna do, we're gonna trace the eyebrow. However you do your eyebrows, just trace it. So going back to it, you want to do the shape of the eyebrow, however your eyebrows are. The way that I do it is I go underneath first to the tail, then I go on top. And every single time I'm going into a shadow, I tap the side to make sure that whatever is loose on the brush gets off. So don't want to overdo it, right? Okay, so then we just fill in. And then, once we reach maybe about like the middle of the eye, maybe a little bit more, and we want to go with the wider part at the bottom, and we're going to start flicking it. So then it ends up like that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our eyebrows, and we kind of want to make it a little bit darker, right? So what I use is edge control. Any type of gel, you can use a gel, but I use edge control because it's a little bit more like sturdy. And the brush that I have is the e.l.f. eyebrow duo. So it's an eyebrow brush. It's an angled brush, but also has a spool. See, what I do is I go to the beginning, and again with the flicking motions. And usually I have smaller hairs right here, so when we get over here to the middle part, that's when I start pulling everything this way. Like that. Video got cut off, so I'm just gonna have to go back and explain everything. I'll show you the brushes that I'm using. I'm going to show you the exact methods that I'm doing and everything. I'm so annoyed because like I made sure not to do this eye because I wanted to record it, and then it didn't even end up recording. In the brush set that we had, we're going to use these 4 brushes. So we're going to use the fluffy brush, we're going to use a pencil brush, the smaller one, and then we're going to use the flat concealer brush. It's the smaller one, the smaller, shorter one, and then this flat brush. This is the Ruby Kisses tapered eyeshadow brush. It's a little bit bigger. I mean, a little bit smaller, sorry. And then this is a Wet n Wild fluffy brush. So that we have 3 fluffy brushes, and they're all different sizes. I'm going to be using the Bloodlust palette by Jeffree Star. Now you don't have to use this palette specifically, you can get a different palette. The Morphe 35XO palette, you can use that as well. It doesn't have purples, but it has like the berry colors. This is the palette that I'm going to be using today. And the shadows that we're going to use, we're going to be using this shadow right here, which is Blood Queen. Then we're also going to be using Royal Pain, and then Dungeon right here, and then this one, Wet Jewel. It's a shimmery color. We're going to go in with Royal Pain, which is that pinky color, and just with the fluffier brush. And basically what you're going to do, your hand is going to be with the 2 fingers like this, and then the thumb underneath. It's going to be like that. You want to use light pressure, like you're barely even holding the brush, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to very lightly go in circular motions right here. You want to make sure it's right here, not over here, not up here. You want to make sure it's right here. But the corner of your eye kind of go at like a 45-degree angle, basically. And so what you want to do is you want to start going in circular motions, very lightly in circular motions, and just move forward towards the inner corner. I didn't go all the way to the inner corner, so you want to make sure that you go as close to the inner corner as possible without going to the actual inner corner. So you want to make sure that you do all of that, and then when you get to this side right here, kind of just the same hand movement, but basically just light movements, light circular motions, and kind of just connect it basically. So you want to do it like this in circular motions. Take your time. You don't have to rush. Basically, when you're doing the circular motions, it feathers out right here so that it doesn't look too harsh and it looks like it fades out, basically. And then with our second brush, our second fluffy brush, we're gonna go into Blood Queen. Make sure you tap off the excess on your brush. And then with Blood Queen, what we're gonna do is we're going to go, if you have hooded eyes, you wanna go a little bit above the crease. If you don't, you wanna go on the crease. It just depends on, you know, the eye shape and stuff. But what you want to do is you want to do the same things, but you want to keep it lower. So lower than that first shadow. So you want to do the small circular motions. And you lift it up just a teeny tiny bit. You want to go up a little bit because you want it to still feather into the next color. Kind of like a little fade, a little blend, you know? So you want to go in your circular motions, go upwards, go upwards. And I'm using like very, very light pressure because I already put the shadow on, and I don't want to add more and make it look too intense, you know. But yeah, you use light pressure anyway, but I'm using way lighter pressure so that it doesn't get too intense. But yeah, basically you just go in circular motions. You want to make sure that you do it right here too. And you go up like this, and then circular motions, circular motions. You can bring it a little bit closer to the inner corner. You're still going to put a different shadow, like this one over here. You're going to put a different shadow right here, so it doesn't really matter if you do. And if you feel like you want it to blend out a little bit more, go back with your first brush. You can put more product on it if you want. Not a whole lot, but you just keep blending it. Just blend it, blend it, blend it. Light motions though, light pressure, light motions. And just blend that out. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with Dungeon, which is our darkest color, and our last fluffy brush. So you can either use this fluffy brush, or you can use like, so you can use the fluffy brush, or you can use a brush like this, like a pencil brush. I'm not going to use this brush because I feel like it's too time consuming. I want it to be a little bit more. So I'm going to use this one. Go into the corner right here. And again, light circular motions. Keeping it below that keeping it below that last color and trying to like blend it out. So this one, you do want to keep it on the lid too, and kind of like halfway, go halfway with it. Doing a circular motion, go halfway on the lid. Remember, we're only going to keep it on half of the eyelid. So just do that purple on half the eyelid. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. And then again, if you need to go back with the other colors, go ahead and do so. Make sure that you're not puncturing your eyeball. It's light pressure. Keep it light pressure. It's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like a fade. Well, with this eye, I didn't put concealer on it, but with this eye, I do want to use concealer so that you can see what it looks like with the concealer on. So in that little set of brushes, it comes with a concealer brush. You can use whatever concealer you want. Some people, they even use primer. They use like some, I don't know, they use different things. I use concealer because it's easier. So I just take a little bit of concealer, take the brush, you're gonna grab some on your brush, and then the hack is you go on the lid right where the lash line is and tap 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 tap, then look up and around, and you see how I made that line right there? That's what you want. You want to be able to connect the inner corner and that line. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in with our fluffy brush and kind of just blend into the concealer a little bit. Light motions, light pressure, blend it. We're gonna take our little itty bitty concealer brush, wet jewel. You have it on your brush like that, and you're gonna pat it onto the lid. Like this. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our flat brush. We're gonna go in with Dungeon, which is the darkest color. We'll put it underneath. Just put it underneath like this. Royal Pain, which is that first pinky color. And then I'm gonna go on top of it and then kind of like blend it underneath. I'm gonna go in with Dungeon and now with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with Royal Pain to buff it out. Blend it, buff it out. Now, if you want the absolute same color as her, you can get like the darker purples, all that stuff. I'm just using what I have. You can, of course, use that pencil brush. And kind of just like blend it outwards with circular motions, because that'll probably look a lot better. With Dungeon and just back and forth. Now, again, if you want to make it darker, you definitely can. So we're going to use this for something different, but you can go in with a pencil brush and kind of just like make it darker. Like that. This is a shimmery black. That's why it looks like that. But you can go in with a black, you can go in with a darker color, and kind of just make that little triangle, and then go in with the little pencil brush and do the circular motions again, or fade that out. You know, wherever you feel like you need more color, if you feel like you need the lighter color, if you feel like you need the darker color, just go in and fill in the spots, you know. This is the Ofra highlighter in Star Island. It is just this really pretty, like, I don't know what color you would call that, but that's a really pretty color. And we just go in with our pencil brush and just pick up a whole bunch of it, and then go into the inner corner and pat it into there, and then brush it up like that. It should look like that. And then on the brow bone underneath the eyebrow, just kind of like fade it in there. So it looks like that. Maybelline Tattoo Studio black liner pencil. Maybelline Hyper Easy brush tip liner. It looks like this. It's really pretty. Really pretty. I like it. By going from the outer corner right here, just bring it up by the same angle of that outer corner, and then it's just a teeny tiny little liner. So then I'm going to keep my eye open because I have a hooded eye. Keep my eye open and go towards the crease. If I feel like I want to make it longer, I go on to make it longer. Go towards the crease, close my eye a little bit, and then bring it inward like that, and then I'm going to keep bringing it and bringing it and bringing it until it gets to the corner. So for the lashes, I'm going to use Kiss Lashes in Matte Cheviot Eye Envy Lash Glue. So what I'm using is a ton of red shade. It's very fast, but you can roll it out, so I'm not really sure. Basically what I'm doing is, what I'm using, when I'm pushing, bring it up, and up, really, and bring it up. I'll have a little more. And then, with the leftover, I'm going to lightly, just go ahead, and then with the one that looks somewhat like that from you, I'm just going to do that. Look, this is the wig. I will leave it linked down below so that you can get it if you want to. It's just a little bob. It looks a little weird on me. I didn't expect to wear it forever. Yeah, so this is the wig. I don't have the clothes or the costume or anything. I was just here for the makeup and the wig and all that stuff. So it's cute though. I like this wig. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned some things. I really enjoy doing the tutorials and like how to hold the brush and that kind of stuff. It makes me feel good, you know? It makes me feel like I have my life together. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my makeup and my journey and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I hope nothing but the best happens for you guys today. I hope you have a safe day or night, you know, whatever. Please take care of yourselves. Drink some water. Eat some food. Make sure that your, you know, mental health is doing okay. And I'll check you back in another week for another look, another makeup look and stuff like that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Bye.